Throughout the course, we will be applying Spring security concepts to a Spring web application. In this lesson, we're going to import that web application project and configure it within STS. To begin that configuration, we need to click on the File option within the menu, scroll down to Import. Within the Import dialog, Existing Projects into Workspace option, click Next. From the Import Projects dialog, we need to browse to find the project we'd like to import. Select the Project Setup directory from our Working Files directory. Once you have selected that directory, click OK. Click Finish on this dialog, and this will cause Eclipse to import our web application project into the STS IDE. Now, you'll notice that the workspace begins to build and validate. While that's occurring, we can make one configuration change to the project that is necessary for it to run properly. Click on the project within the Package Explorer, and then hold down the Alt key and press Enter. And this will pull up the Project Properties dialog. And from this dialog, we can make configuration changes to the build path. You'll notice that we have an unbound server within this configuration. What that's saying is we need to have the implementation of the servlet specification available on our class path, or else we're going to receive errors within our project. Currently, we cannot find that server library. So what you'll need to do is click on Add Library, and then click on Server Runtime, and then click on Pivotal TC Server Developer Edition Runtime, and then simply hit Finish. And now with that new runtime in place, let's click on the unbounded server, and we'll just remove that from our class path, and then simply hit OK. And this will configure our Java build path, and now we should see some of those issues be removed from our project. So if we right-click on this Views package, and we tell STS to validate, you'll see that all of the errors disappeared. We can collapse our project, and at this point we're simply going to start the project on the server. So if you now right-click on the project and then go to Run As, you can then click on Run on Server. A great shortcut to remember here is holding Alt, Shift, and X, and then pressing R. You'll see me use this throughout the course to kick off the application. It's going to ask us which server we'd like to run the application on. So there I'm going to hit Finish. You'll see within our console that Spring is starting the web application. Once it has started the server, our browser will now pop up, and here's the application we're going to secure. This is one I've had a little bit of fun with. We're going to have some areas of this project that we want everybody to see, some that we only want a particular user type to see, another that we only want other user types to see. So the first thing, like here we have this welcome page. Well, I don't care who sees that. And if we go into our basic services page that just lists what we can do, we want everybody to see this. They're our customers. When we get into this appointments page, here it's listing out every appointment somebody has scheduled within our auto service center. This is something that really should be protected. Should I be able to see John Doe's appointment? And should he be able to come in and see mine? Should a third party be able to come in and see everybody's appointments? This is an area where we really need to add some security. As well as we have this ability to create an appointment. Should anybody be allowed to do that? Shouldn't we have to authenticate the individual making that appointment and link that to their account? So there is definitely some security holes there. Even bigger security holes exist when we drill down into an appointment. So here we see that I have an appointment for my Subaru Impreza, and I'm looking to get the oil change and the tire change, and there's the date of that appointment. If we scroll down, you'll notice these options, so we can go back, that's not a problem. We can cancel the appointment. Should somebody else be able to come in and cancel my appointment, the appointment can be confirmed. Well, that should only be by an employee from the auto service center. So should we allow a third party to see that option or to click it? And then here, there's the option to say, hey, we've completed this service, let's initiate the billing. Well, that should also be reserved for the individuals that work at the auto service center. We have a bunch of resources, and we have to decide which principals really get access to these resources. We also need to be able to make sure that the individuals logging in authenticate who they are so we can determine if they have access to those resources by applying some sort of access control. This is a basic overview of the project. It will change some as we work through the course, and we need to introduce some different situations. So, what I would really encourage you to do as we move through each lesson, pull in the new working files for the project and set them up if you're going to work through each lesson hands on. This will ensure that you have the latest version of the project and that you can successfully work through the lesson.